It's very easy to go on the internet, and just in a matter of a few minutes you can find stuff like this. These are clips put up by people who keep pet snakeheads, and this is what happens when they feed them live fish. Just like pet snakes, these predatory fish prefer their food alive. When they strike, it just happens too fast to see it, and it's certainly too fast for the small fish to take any avoiding action. People always talk about predators being aggressive, but I mean, most predators actually kill for a reason. They need food. But these fish here, they just seem to kill as a reflex. They'll bite something in half and then just leave it to die. I'm used to fishing for predators, but actually seeing the moment of the strike like this in lurid close-up, I have to say, is pretty gruesome. And they really do seem to be natural-born killers. These pet snakeheads are mere minnows. Just imagine what a 40-pounder could do to a child or a dog. Looking at these clips really begs the question, who set these violent offenders loose in America, and why?
1226 of 1950, 23 feet request.
Lieutenant Pat Reynolds keeps a close eye on the illegal wildlife trade in South Florida and was called in to investigate.
I think they're getting a delivery of saltwater products here. That the guy has a game fish in the back of his truck and you cannot sell it.
When this fish was first found in the waterways here, what was your involvement then, leading on from that?
I was alerted by our fishery biologist. They suspected very strongly that these were released, particularly in the Oriental trade or the Asian trade. Quite frankly, the first store I went into had them, and we tracked them back to New York City. They were coming in through New York, brought down here by an Oriental wholesaler who was distributing them to the markets. I inspect the airport in Miami, and yes, they did come in. We made arrests and we seized the fish.
Possessing a live snakehead can now land you in jail, but you're allowed to catch and even sell these fish if you put them on ice. Snakeheads are highly prized by many Asian Americans, and not just because they taste good.
How much did they go for?
So what did they actually?
About $15,
What did they actually?
$20 a piece
Oh, 15 or 20 each
when we sell it.
when you sell it.
What they believe is a medical purpose, especially when people have the operation. They said after they eat the soup, it helps them to recover.
Helps the healing process.
So that's why the people would pay for that price. Yeah.
Yeah. We believe they were intentionally released with the idea that they could, that an entrepreneur, a businessman, was going to go catch them and sell them into this trade.
So not somebody keeping one in a tank and it's just too big, or they get bored with them and in the water.
No,
so
somebody intentionally put them out there so they could go harvest them later. And they wouldn't have to import it from New York. Here's what we tell everybody. If you catch them, because they are good eating, don't throw it back.
Right.
Put it on ice, take it home and eat it.
So now I've actually got my hands on one of these things, I can see why it's called a snakehead. Literally, as we sort of pulled it in the net, it's actually given birth to 2 live young.